They wanna know what an American warrior is. Yeah. Anybody that served in the United States military honorably. Yeah.
Welcome, this is the American Warrior Radio Show. I'm Garen Cohn, an Air Force veteran, founder of AVET Project, and also an accredited claims agent before the VA, and your host. If you or someone you know has ever worn the uniform of the U.S. military, you're in the right place, American Warrior Radio Show. So grab a pen and paper and strap in, because we're about to launch this episode.
Yeah, American Warrior. Okay, let's get it in for the women and servicemen. I came prepared and brought my game like ESPN.
American Warrior Radio Show's bumper and intro music is graciously provided by none other than war hero himself, Stephen Hobbs. Thank you, Stephen. Set the tone, my brother.
By the way, I keep the fams buzzing. I ain't worried about the outcome, the message gon' be clear. You can hate it or love it, but your freedom is still here.
Hi, it's Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio Show, and I've got a special topic for this episode, and I want everybody to listen, and I want you to share it as well. This is a episode specific to benefits relating to and awarded to Native Americans, including Alaskan Natives. As we relaunch AVET Project and American Warrior Radio, the board made a decision to deliver a focus on underserved populations, and I can't think of a better one than our Native American brothers and sisters that have also served this great nation. Having said that, there's some news, not just on the horizon, but here and now. As of January, the VA promulgated a new law where if you are a Native American, and I'll tell you how you can claim that distinction, you don't have to pay co-pays for your VA health insurance anymore. Keep this in mind. If you are a service-connected disabled veteran, you get free health care for whatever condition is related directly to service. So if you have arthritis and it was diagnosed and you're being awarded compensation for that, any type of arthritis, whether it's in your, let's say you got diagnosed with elbow arthritis and it moved to other parts of your body, you're going to be treated free of charge. If you're service-connected disabled, you're going to get provided free medical care for those conditions. If you're not, if you're just 0%, but you're a Native American and they make you pay a copay of whatever it might be, it's means tested based on income, $20, $30, I've heard as high as $50 depending on the situation. No more. All right, those fees have been waived. And I'm going to give you the specifics on how you can claim that. As I always say on American Warrior Radio Show, anything and everything you want to know about the VA, and it's a bunch. It's an ocean of information, va.gov. How do you find it? Well, you tune in to American Warrior Radio Show. My good buddy producer John and our executive producer Kim and Nasha, our photographer, we're going to bring you the goods every time we go on the air. Here's part of that. If you are Native American, it says right here, this law is estimated to impact approximately 25,000 American Indian and Alaskan Native Americans. That's a lot of people. Have you heard it on the news? Has anybody knocked on your door, sent you an email saying, hey, got a benefit for you? Well, we're doing that right here, right now, on American Warrior Radio Show. So share it, please. How do you claim that distinction? To receive this financial relief, eligible veterans should mail a complete, here it is, VA tribal documentation form. Write this down. Go to va.gov, that ocean of information, and you'll find it. VA form 10-334. That's a VAF 10-334, and you can claim that deduction. You're going to get a heck of a lot of relief if one of those conditions existed where you're having to pay a copay. Not anymore. VA press release. Now, as we talk about underserved populations, Native Americans often fall by the wayside, but you just heard those are VA numbers. 25,000 Native Americans have potential eligibility to benefits. I want to say the VA put out a press release. I'm going to just read a little bit from it. According to the Department of Defense, this is a VA press release provided by the Department of Defense, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force. American Indians and Alaskan Natives have one of the highest representations in the armed forces. That's per capita. So in other words, more Native American Indians and Native American Alaskans represent a larger number of people in the active force than any other population group. That's pretty significant. You just heard 25,000. So share this information if you come across anybody that qualifies for this. The benefits range from the usual stuff: disability compensation, pension, education, home loans, vocational rehabilitation. There's veterans readiness and employment is what they're calling that now, and even insurance. And there's been some headway made on providing insurance to disabled veterans, inclusive of all veterans. They've raised the rates. Well, they've raised the payment rates, but they've also raised the rates. So be careful about that. But if you are service-connected disabled and you can't get life insurance anywhere, the VA has now relaxed the situation where you can gain some insurance that way to protect yourself and your family. Okay, so those areas are covered. The Native American Direct Loan, check this out. I just found this out. That's why I'm so excited to share it with you. The NADL, Native American Direct Loan Program, listen, helps eligible Native American veterans, Alaskan Natives as well, finance the purchase, construction, or remodel of homes on federal trust land or reduce the interest rate on VA loans. That's pretty interesting, right? It gets better because the Alaska Native Veterans Land Allotment Program of 2019, this was a big thing that never got any play in the media. Listen to it. This program provides the opportunity for eligible Vietnam-era veterans, sorry guys and gals of other areas like me, not yet, but if you're a Vietnam vet or their heirs, so little Johnny or little Susie, direct blood, it's all spelled out in the regulation, you can select 2.5 to 160 acres of federal trust land and it's yours. Why wouldn't you do that? It's in Alaska. You have to be an Alaska Native, you have to be a Vietnam-era vet, but actually any Vietnam-era vet, did I just say Alaska Native? Any Vietnam-era vet, you're in Connecticut and you're a Vietnam vet. This is for you. 2.5 to 160 acres. Yeah, there's qualifiers. There's always qualifiers. But where else is the federal government giving away land? By the way, it is our land. Federal government don't own jack. It's our land. It's just they're deeding it to us in a legal way. 2.5 to 160 acres if you're a Vietnam vet. Look into the program, people. There's so many more things I could talk about. But that particular program, you had to serve from August 5th, 1964 through 1971, December 31st, 1971. Those are the qualifiers, the delimiting dates for Vietnam service. Check that out. And I'm sorry, if I was a Vietnam vet, I'd be claiming that in a snap. So as I tell you about that, I just want to hit on one other thing that's kind of important because we're going to keep this episode short and sweet. We want you to keep tuning in. We want you to share this. It's probably too long for a Reels on Facebook, but if you find this information useful or you know somebody that might find it useful, share it. Push it along. That's how we help grow momentum in this entire program of trying to reach our brothers and sisters in arms and their family members with good information that's going to impact their life directly. Well, here's one bit of good information. I don't have one here. Face masks. Oh, the VA Healthcare Administration has finally relaxed their face mask, mandatory face mask requirement. It's based on a couple different things. You're not going to be able to go sans face mask in an acute medical surgical unit, intensive care unit, post-transplant units, dialysis tents, things like that. That's a great idea. Otherwise, when you go onto VA property now, you shouldn't have to wear a mask. So thank you for small favors. Listen, this is Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio Show. Keeping it short and sweet. Please share this information if you find it useful. And just remember, we're losing 22 of our brothers and sisters every day to suicide. Let that sink in. My producer, John, put an awesome video together that gives you the lowdown on this. 22 a day? That can't continue. This must end. All right, watch the video that's going to follow this episode. And remember, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Hey, everybody, much love to you. Garen Cohn, American Warrior Radio Show. Don't forget, thank a vet. Hi everyone, it's Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio. I'm here with my good friend Christian. We're here to deliver a very important message about a crisis in our land.
Suicide prevention, more specifically, veteran suicide prevention.
22 a day are taking their own lives. This must stop. This can't continue. If you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, please know that God has tomorrow planned for you. Don't take your own life. And just remember, suicide is a permanent solution
To a temporary problem.